Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:30 on January 5th. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. Right now we're taking a live look out at Mount Shasta from the Mount Shasta Resort. We want to turn over to Storm Alert Weather 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at our Mondays. And Sarah, we just saw Mount Shasta there looking like some snow on the ground.
Oh, yes.
Are we looking for an active week today?
It definitely is going to be an active week for us. So today's kind of the start of it, or continuing on. Definitely going to see another system move in after this one, but we're still kind of in the height of this one this morning. We are seeing widespread precipitation across the region. Taking a closer look, areas west side mainly coming down as rain. We're seeing those snow levels this morning range from about 3,500 to 4,000 feet into some areas. As we switch over into Siskiyou County, locally they have lowered a bit towards the Mount Shasta City area. That's why we're seeing a little bit of snow waking up this morning. And then east side definitely starting to come down as snow. And if it's starting as rain, we'll see it switch over throughout your morning, especially into Klamath Falls. But there are some tricky travel spots east side, especially along 97 and 140 this morning. Here's a closer look out at your passes. So if you are along Diamond or near Diamond Lake at 138 and 230, 140 this morning. And even if you're heading a little bit north through Willamette Pass, expect to encounter hazardous conditions. Carry your chains with you today and plan for extra time. Right now, we do have some expansions and extensions to winter weather advisories. Also, winter storm warnings. We've seen that lower a bit for areas above 4,000 feet into Siskiyou County. Back to this morning, we're sitting at 41 degrees in Medford, 41 for Grants Pass, 39 for Montague, 36 over to Klamath Falls. Along the coast, we have 43 for Brookings. So heading out to the bus stop this morning, it is going to be on the cooler side and a bit chilly east. But in general, make sure you're taking out those rain boots today. You're going to want an extra jacket or two. It is going to be on the chillier side, and we'll continue to see snow even east. But highs today, we have 44 for Medford, 42 for Grants Pass, 40 for Klamath Falls, 52 along the coast for Brookings. Most of that rain for areas west side will be falling through our morning hours, and as we switch into the afternoon, it does shift mainly along the Cascades east and into southern Siskiyou County, but then we'll see it wrap up across the whole region as we switch over into those nighttime hours. Our next system does move in later tomorrow, so we have a short period of dry weather as you start off your Tuesday before it gets active again, and we are going to see some lowering snow levels for the rest of your week. So I'll let you know what you can expect in the days ahead, all coming up in your next forecast. Carlos?
Thank you, Sarah. Going into our top story this morning, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro will appear in court today after the United States carried out an attack on Caracas, Venezuela early Saturday morning. Now Maduro will appear in Manhattan federal court for arraignment on a 4-count indictment for allegedly leading a 25-year narco-terrorism conspiracy. President Trump reaffirming that the U.S. is in control of Venezuela, and Maduro is being held at the same jail that housed the likes of El Chapo, Sean Diddy Combs, and Luigi Mangione.
Dealing with the people, we're dealing with the people that just got sworn in. And don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
Trump says Maduro's capture will lead to lower oil prices and fewer drugs coming into the U.S. While many Republicans are praising the operation, Democrats and even some Republicans are condemning it. Oregon Democratic Senator Ron Wyden says the attack was done without congressional authorization, saying President Trump's attack on Venezuela without congressional authorization is exactly the same global interventions that Americans soundly rejected after decades of failed wars and disastrous meddling in other nations' affairs. Meanwhile, California Representative Doug LaMalfa applauding the operation over the weekend, saying President Trump ordered a decisive operation aimed at disrupting a narco-terror regime responsible for years of harm to the United States. Nicolas Maduro is the head of a criminal network that pushes illegal drugs into the United States, harming or taking countless American lives. The surgical strike was an amazing display of American military power and precision. And dozens gathered at the Ashland Plaza Saturday afternoon, holding signs and expressing their opinions in response to the developments on the world stage. Now, with local residents questioning decisions made far from Southern Oregon, protests came after the U.S. captured Maduro and his wife. Now, we spoke with multiple citizens who filled the sidewalk of the Ashland Plaza, all saying they attended the gathering to protest the Trump administration's invasion and takeover of Venezuela.
Bombing and taking people hostage, he has violated the Constitution, and that's not acceptable.
It's absurd, illegal, and it can't do anything but set a poor precedent for international law and order all over the globe.
Protests continue throughout the rest of Southern Oregon, with citizens in Eugene, Portland, and Bend voicing their opinions on the actions of the Trump administration. And the world is now watching and waiting to see what's next for Venezuela. From drug trafficking to the oil industry to political instability, there's a mix of celebration and opposition to the capture of the Venezuelan president.
From South Florida to Madrid, Spain to Bogota, Colombia, a mix of celebration and opposition to the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Now, questions about Venezuela's future.
There is Venezuela, and in normal times, tens of thousands of Venezuelans cross this border to buy goods here that they can't get back home. Now, though, it's a path perhaps to a new future for the millions of people who've been forced into exile.
Como dicen, sentimientos encontrados.
You get the sense that people don't really know how to feel. Happy that Maduro is gone, but they have no idea what's going to happen next.
Nicolas Maduro came to power after Hugo Chavez died in 2013, tightening his grip on the country despite not winning elections outright. More than 50 countries refused to recognize him as the legitimate president. Now with his capture, some analysts fear more instability in the short term.
And becoming more destabilized, we could actually see an increase in the flow of drugs coming to the United States.
Maduro's vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, is now the interim leader. Overnight, President Trump said she is cooperating with the U.S. Trump saying Venezuela will have elections at the right time. And Mundo Gonzalez, the exiled president-elect, is urging Venezuelans to follow the rule of law and unite. Whoever the next leader is, the oil industry will play a major role in shaping the country's future. Venezuela has the largest supply of oil reserves in the world, a supply American companies tapped for decades. But after Venezuela nationalized its oil industry, output plummeted. Getting significant production back online won't be easy.
The task alone is a massive one and would be a very expensive one for any company to undertake.
President Trump has signaled he's open to having American troops on the ground in Venezuela, saying that it depends on the new administration over there. I'm Danny Stepanovich reporting.
New this morning, a federal appeals panel has ruled that a California law prohibiting open carry of firearms in heavily populated counties is unconstitutional. Now, the ruling was issued by 2 judges on a 3-judge panel for the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. The judges found that the state's policy of limiting open carry to counties with a population of less than 200,000 is inconsistent with the Second Amendment. Now, this comes after Mark Baird, a Siskiyou County resident, filed a lawsuit asking the courts to restore the historical practice of open carry being allowed. And our news team has been closely tracking the vacancy and appointment process for the open Josephine County Commissioner seat, as a 30-day deadline to fill the position has now expired. Newswatch 12's Grace Ritz has the latest.
30-day period to fill Josephine County Commissioner Andres Black's vacancy has run out.
If a quorum cannot be obtained for a meeting to fill the vacant position, then after 30 days, the authority to appoint and fill the vacancy is transferred.
Over the past several weeks, County Commissioner Chris Barnett and legal counsel have scheduled multiple meetings related to the appointment process. Many of these meetings were canceled due to the absence of Commissioner Ron Smith, who had previously announced his recusal from the appointment process, both online and in an official statement.
At this time, the absence of Commissioner Ron Smith, combined with the lack of participation by legal counsel, means the board does not have a quorum of the meeting necessary to conduct appointment business. As a result, the board is unable to move forward with the appointment despite having seated members under the charter.
During an administrative workshop on the 31st, Commissioner Barnett stated that a mandamus action had been filed by a citizen seeking judicial direction for the appointment.
Because the matter is now before the court, it would be inappropriate for me to comment further on this statement. comment on this matter, that is. And the appointment process is still going to be looked at with the courts, and that proceeding is pending.
With the 30 days being over, the decision now goes to a temporary board of other elected officials in the county government. The appointment meeting scheduled for Monday the 5th has since been canceled. For more information and to see our previous coverage on this issue, you can visit our website. Reporting in Josephine County, I'm Grace Ritz.
And the Yurok Tribe's Fisheries Department just finished hand planting more than 220,000 native plants throughout the Prairie Creek Restoration Site. The department used 50 different local plant species to help create a new habitat for fish and wildlife, one of the final phases in the 5-year project. The plan is to transfer the 125-acre site to the Yurok Tribe in the coming year.